You're in the Air Force.
Yes, sir. Coming up on June will be 7 years. So we get off the bus and like immediately it's just dudes yelling at you. Like you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. You forget your own name. You know. You just.
Was it a good time still?
Not yet. Okay. Not yet. 0 week 1000% is like I definitely cried. First night I said, "Why am I here? This is not."
I hate it here.
I hate it here. I want to go home. Like maintenance, like working on aircrafts.
Cleaning windows?
No, that's more of
They have windows.
But I still plan on doing the full 20, and the goal is to like at least hit Master Sergeant. The coldest we ran in was like negative 30.
Negative 32.
You should do the Equinox Marathon. I said, okay. And like I've never ran more than 2 miles in my life at a time. Been Fairbanks, Alaska. It's the second hardest one in America. My first run was just like in a pair of like busted up Nikes, and then I got like real into like, you know, my proper footwear, proper nutrition, and like everything.
All right, welcome to Drinking Water Podcast, where we're sharing journey to inspire others. Our guests today, well, first we have our co-hosts, Tommy and Khalil Dorsey. And we have our guests.
Ozziel Robles.
And me, Dallas Teran. Dallas Teran. And me. That was pretty good, man.
Man, it's been a long time. I've been, let's see, Dallas, we've known you for how long?
The way we know each other now, man.
It's been a while.
We're looking at coming up on 7, 8 years? 7, 8 years?
Crazy. It's crazy, and to think that you didn't even like him at first.
This is true. This is true. I'll tell you right now. Mama Dorsey took me under her wing.
Hey, man.
No.
He's not having it.
I wasn't having it. I always... Get him out now.
Yo, because like, you know, I came down here to stay with my aunt, you know. Your mom really took me under her wing. I got to stay the night here. She like, and we went out to eat. I ain't got no money.
Wait, Tommy had to move out first.
Yeah, so Tommy was gone, right? So like, So what I think happened, right? She lost one bird, flew away from home, but another bird came in.
I was like, get him out of my house.
And yeah, she paid for a meal here and there. I was living. And man, I read the book called A Child Called It, and that was just him to me, man. 3 a.m. I never told you this story. 3 a.m. He comes in. He says, "Get out of my house."
I don't think I was ever here when you were here.
No, I planned it that way.
Yeah, I think that was planned. Little did I know.
Yeah, I remember.
And now here I am. I'm proud of you, man. You are.
That's all I ever wanted to hear. Jeez. Let's see. You're in the Air Force. Yes, sir. Coming up on June will be 7 years.
7 years. It's been 7 years already.
7 years already. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming. Did BMT tech school. Did 3 years.
Let's go back. So what made you? Both of you guys. You guys are both in Air Force, right?
Yes.
What made you guys choose the Air Force?
Dang, that's a lot. So I had a job before I joined, and then COVID happened, and I didn't have a job, so I had to find one. So I was living with my parents for like 6 months, and then I was like, well, if I don't get a job in the next 2, I'm gonna join. So I joined.
Wow.
What was that job before?
So it was GIS, so it's Geographical Informational Systems. So I was a contractor working for different companies, and that contracting firm pretty much fucked us over. So,
pretty much, huh?
Yeah.
So for me, I remember like my whole high school like career, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna join the military. Like that's not for me. But then I just remember like as we got closer, like towards the end of senior year, I was just like, I don't know what I want to do, and like I don't have money for college. Like I don't have any like scholarships lined up. And I just started talking to like my family. Both of my grandpas were one was in the Marines, one was in the Air Force. So I was just talking to them. You know, they gave me like their insight. My older brother, he was also in the Marines, and like they were just giving me insight about like, you know, what it can offer and everything. And so, you know, I took one trip to a recruiter's office. I said the Air Force is definitely like the one for me. It was the most intriguing. And, you know, like there was a lot of things about it. Like, you know, like I just, you know, great to serve my country. A lot of my family, friends joined, and it's just been a great ride so far. I still plan on doing the full 20. You know, makes everyone proud, makes me proud. I enjoy wearing the uniform. So
you guys go through, was it boot camp?
Yeah, so
like
boot camp, BMT.
Is it called something different with each?
I don't know with each, but with us is BMT.
BMT?
Basic military training.
Yeah. Got you. And how long is that for?
7.5 weeks, and then you do like an airman's week, for like an 8th week, but that's more like just a little different. But 7.5 weeks of BMT from the day you get there till the day you leave. It's all right. Everyone like compared to all the other branches, we have like the easiest, quote unquote. It's the shortest, and it's like the easiest, quote unquote. But it's still a tough time.
That was twice. He said that twice.
I did say it twice.
It's pretty easy.
You notice that too? Easiest, quote unquote, quote unquote.
My bad. But it's still a good time. You meet like a lot of cool people. It's like for most people like myself, like I joined 2 weeks after high school ended. So, you know, it was like my first time like really being away from family like that and just being like with just other guys like similar or like around my age and everything. But it was a good time.
What was your how does it work? Because I don't know. So do you guys go in, get on a bus, and they ship you somewhere? You guys drive,
Yeah, so
how's it work?
Air Force, it's all at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. So like for me, I shipped out of San Diego, took a bus to the airport, flew me out there, and they take you on a bus onto base.
Tears?
Yeah. Like coming down my face?
Yeah, tears as you're going, or because this is a new
not
life?
Really.
No?
Nah, like... So like, you get there and like, so I'm being 100. Hold up, time out.
Are you serious?
Time out.
I don't know why we asked that.
Are
there tears? Yes, of course.
On the bus? No. I was just like, all right, it's gonna be a good time, whatever. Like, because the moment they tell you like,
a good time.
it's gonna be a good time, man. It's like, it's like changing your life.
But like all the stories you see and all that stuff you heard.
It's finna be a good time.
Nah. I'm gonna have a good time. Anyway. So we get off the bus and like immediately it's just dudes yelling at you. Like you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. You forget your own name. You just.
Was it a good time still?
Not yet. Not yet. It ain't no fun no more, is it? So I'm good. So it's like they call it 0 week because you get there like on a Tuesday and like you finish out that week. So they call it 0 week. 0 week, 1000% is like I definitely cried. First night I said, why am I here? This ain't it. This is not.
I hate it here.
I want to go home, Mom.
Dear Mom.
How did you feel?
I was kind of neutral about it because we did a bus ride from Dallas because I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. So from Dallas to San Antonio, it was pretty chill. It was quiet the whole ride there. And then we got there and like he said 0 week. We get out the bus and like they're just screaming at us, but I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I was just kind of just going through the motions.
But like by the time you get to like week 4, week 5, you go out to like Beast Week, and like by this time, like you know how to march, you know how to make your bed with hospital corners, like in under like the set amount of time. Like by this time, like you got it all down. You meet all their time requirements, and like so your instructor's not so much yelling at you as he is just like
the first week.
No, so like 0. I'd say like 0 week to like 2nd week. That's like you're still just learning everything. But like so Beast Week is 5th week.
No, that's like
4th, 5th.
Beast Week is like the week before.
No, that's testing week.
Nah, I guess isn't it
7 is
test?
graduation, 6 is testing. I think 5 is.
So I think it is 5.
Yeah, so 5th week. By 5th week, like that's when like you leave like your MTIs, and like you go out in like in a deployed environment, and like you do like the obstacle course, you do like the pugil stick fighting, you eat MREs, and like you're just really just chilling in a big tent, with like guys from different flights.
You said chilling.
Chilling.
I mean, it was pretty chill.
I mean, yeah.
Like compared to everything else,
to like 2nd week.
You're making it like, oh, this sounds fun.
That's a great time.
When you look back at it, like from our perspective, like when you look back at it, it really is like, man, that was kind of like, it was cool. Like realizing like we were just getting paid to just like run obstacle courses and like just take 2-minute showers and like just fighting whatever.
It was easy too because they told you what to do, where to go. Like you didn't really have to think much. It was like, all right, I guess we're going here today. All right, cool, and that was it.
Yeah, by 10 a.m. you already worked out, made your bed, ate breakfast. Like you already went to a class. You already learned how to do this.
So where do they like for slot you for your jobs? Where did that come in?
So some people, like when you first go meet your recruiter and like you first sign for your contract, you can get assigned a job right then and there. I didn't. I got open maintenance. What'd you get?
So I went in what they call special warfare. So I try to be a pararescue, but I'm a little bitch and I ended up quitting. Can I not say
that's
that?
so settled too. Just do it in there.
I'm sorry. Can we cuss here?
Not the whole book, all right? Not the whole book, but yeah, you're fine.
You're good.
But yeah, so I went in special warfare, and then I ended up quitting. So I had to cross train into what they call crew chief.
What's special warfare though? So like, because I don't know.
So I guess it's all the cool shit the Air Force does. So like pararescue, combat controller, special reconnaissance, TAC P, and then there's also EOD and SEER, but EOD and SEER are no longer
So
part
you
of
thought
that.
you were that guy?
I thought I was,
He thought he was him.
but you know, I'm not.
But
I'm
like
not.
making it into theirs, like that's like really
Yeah.
tough stuff. Like
I can only imagine, just even from the title of it.
I mean, it's
Like jumping out of planes type stuff.
yeah. So
PJ,
like,
that's what they do.
yeah, pararescue. They go out behind enemy lines and like try to save a fallen airman, marine, navy, pretty much anything or anyone. And that's pretty much all PJs do is just go out and rescue other people.
that's like our elite,
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. But then like for me, I just went open maintenance. So like there's like open general, open maintenance, open this. So like, I didn't have a secured job, but like they basically guaranteed I'm gonna have a maintenance job somewhere in the Air Force. And then week number,
So open maintenance, like what does that cover? Like
literally just so you
titles?
could be like any
Is that like
aircraft.
sweeping floors,
No, like
No.
maintenance, like working on aircrafts.
cleaning windows.
No, that's more of.
They have windows. They have windows,
I
dog.
mean, we
Go
do
ahead.
clean windows.
You do have to do that.
We do them on floors. Yeah.
But yeah, so I just like I knew I was gonna be like a crew chief for like avion, like something mechanical. And week 2, I believe they take you in, and like for all the people that are open maintenance, they show you like all the jobs available in open maintenance, and then you just make a list 1 through 10. And my number 1 job was F-35 crew chief, so I actually got my number 1 pick. So it's like some people do, some people don't. But I had like F-22 crew chief. I had
What does that mean when you say crew chiefs? What is that?
so crew chief, so like that's like our job. Pretty much like we work on the F-35s and like everything there is to know about that jet. Like we change out like most of the parts. We work with like avionics and weapons. Weapons is like all like the weapon loading. Avionics deals with a lot more like the electronical components, which like on the 35, like it's split, like, there's a lot of electronical stuff on it because it's all high tech and whatever. But yeah, like we're changing like simple thing. Like we could just be wiping canopies to changing tires, changing out whole components underneath the jet.
Servicing oil.
Service everything, just like that a normal like mechanic would do, like say like on a car.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. And then he's still over at a unit doing that. I'm currently in crash and recovery and wheel and tire, so I get to work with
What's
that.
the difference?
So like 35 crew chiefs at our base, like you work at one of the units and you get to like just work on like the jet specifically, like every day, like when it flies, comes back. Right now, crash and recovery, I work with F-16 guys as well, so I work on the 35 now and the 16. And like any IFEs, so which IFE is a in-flight emergency. So like if a jet's up in the air and a pilot gets a code saying like, yo, my hydraulic is failing, I might not be able to like land properly. We're out there and we're the ones that like get him back down safely if he needs to catch like the barrier. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like an aircraft coming down. There's like a legit cable it'll catch and like slows it down. Yeah. Like we are the ones that like get him off the cable and we deal with all that kind of stuff. And then like we do like all the wheels and tires for F-16s, and like they take the tires off of the jet. Like we like take them apart, build them new ones and stuff.
So before that, before you got the job, did you like kind of had a vision of that? What was your vision going in?
So was this your top choice, or did you have like a different dream that you wanted to fulfill?
Yeah,
I just
so-
wonder what was it like. What was the vision going in the Air Force? Like, did you guys envision some? Like, I know you envisioned.
Being a bad motherfucker?
So for me, I really didn't know like.
And not to say that you're not. We
I
appreciate
can see it in your
You're
eyes.
like that.
I can see it.
You're that guy.
You're that guy.
You ain't got to prove it. You're good.
You're Timothy. But like for me, like the vision. So I really didn't know like anything mechanical wise. Like I like not a thing. So I was just kind of like just really up for the adventure. Like I had a few buddies tell me like what crew chiefing is like all about. Cause like my grandparents, like the ones that were in the military, like they didn't do like my job specifically. So I was just kind of like, like this sounds cool. I was just going for the ride, and I learned like a lot. And it kind of like, it was cool because like I didn't know anything. I had to learn a lot, but like at the same time, like I remember like I went in and like there's these dudes that are like, they've been changing out parts on cars since they were like 5 years old with their dad. And like they're able to like blindfold, just like know everything about this jet. And I was just like, that is crazy. I don't know anything. So I just
there now.
I'm at a much higher point. I definitely still think there's people that like it's in their blood. Like they got it like that. Like I can name crew chiefs among crew chiefs that I think are like far more proficient. But, you know, like, I just always, like, you know, I've always let everyone know, like, I can read the tech data. I just do what I be doing. And, like, you know, I've been cooling so far, you know. But, like, I always enjoy working. Like, you guys have met John. Like, John knows planes, like, back of his hand, you know. So, like, I always enjoy,
John.
my dog.
You're not in the frames. It's
Oh,
all
Yeah,
there.
it's okay.
It's all good though. It's all good.
You're right there. That's your camera.
So I really do enjoy, like, love working with him because, like, you know, he can break down the job. Like, I'm reading the job, how to do it, and he's telling me, like, why we're doing it. You know, like, he can break it down more for me, and so can, like, a lot of other guys and girls.
So you actually read directions.
I read directions, you know, but, like, you know, I'm just following the script, you know, and they're telling me, like, why it works this way. They can tell me everything.
Reading directions.
Name a time I haven't.
Don't know why we're humming, but I'm a hum.
Exactly. My point.
That's when you put
My
something
point.
together.
What away?
Okay, go ahead. So John.
Yeah, so it's just, I really enjoy working with them. Like, no matter what shift I'm on, like, I can always learn more from them. Because I really, like, you know, if we're going to be at work, I enjoy just, like, you know, learning whatever we can, doing whatever we can. Yeah. So it's been a great experience so far. I learned a lot while I was in Phoenix, while I'm up here.
So when you first started your boot camp was, basic training.
Basic military, yeah, BMT.
BMT was where?
Lackland, San Antonio.
San Antonio. How long? That was 7 weeks?
Plus the Airman's week, so it's like 8 weeks total.
8 weeks? What is Airman's week?
So, like, after you graduate, they put you, like, in a different dormitory, and they just give you, like, it's a 1 week. And it's pretty much just like, you guys are airmen now, so we're going to teach you, like, what to kind of expect at your first base, scenarios you might encounter, and, like, just kind of get us mentally prepared for, like, what to expect when we get there. It's cool. Like, you remember some of the stuff from it. And then, like, you just get to your tech school, learn your job.
And then you go from Texas?
So I stayed in Texas. I went from Lackland to Shepherd Air Force Base, which is up in Wichita Falls. So it was like 8 hours north of there.
Okay.
Put us on a bus, and I was only there for a month. We learned, like, fundamentals of, like, just aircraft. So not 35 specific, but just, like, these are your hand tools. These are, like, the basic components of a jet. This is, like, all the maintenance stuff you're going to use to work on your jet. And then after that, I went to Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. Like near Destin, right? Like in the Panhandle
You were
part.
in Florida?
Mm-hmm. I was there for about 6 months, and that's like when we learned like F-35 specific stuff, and that was like just like a lot like on the computer, just like learning everything about the jet, and that was a cool time. Eglin was like a really good time. Like I didn't have like a car or anything, so it was just like went to school and just hung out, and just chilling.
How about your journey?
It was kind of the same, but before I went to Shepherd, I went to Medina, which was still in San Antonio. So I was there for a little bit, and then it was the same thing he did. I went to Shepherd, and then I went to Eglin, but then after Eglin, I went to Luke, which is in Arizona. And then...
Is that how y'all met? Or no?
No, we met in Alaska.
Yeah, so I've been in longer than he has. He didn't... How long you been in?
I've been in, it'll be 4 years in December.
So we didn't meet there. But yeah, so like after Eglin, I also went to Luke. That was my first duty station, but like we also do like hot training there. So like it's about a month.
Yeah.
Luke is in Arizona?
Yeah, Phoenix,
Yes.
Arizona. And so that's when you do like your like hands-on, like no more in the classroom. Like you go out, you meet your instructor, and like you guys physically like do a job, like whether it be just like changing a tire, servicing hydro. You guys physically do a job like I'd say like your everyday jobs. Like we're not taking out a whole engine in hot training, but like you're just doing like the basic stuff you're gonna, especially like as a brand new A1C, like the stuff you're gonna be doing mostly on the daily.
Yeah.
So they teach you all that stuff, and then after that, if you're like, for me, I was stationed at Luke, so then I went to Luke and I just stayed there, and I did like my time until I went up to Alaska. But some people like his first, so he went to Luke to do hot training, and then he went up. His first base was Alaska.
Yeah.
So
I was in Air Force Base. Right.
I was in Air Force Base.
Right.
He was just in the base. I was in Air Force Base.
I was in Air Force Base. Alaska.
Got you. We got you.
99702.
Then with the area code, okay.
My address is
So while you're in Arizona, this is when
Oh yeah, I was in Arizona at the same time.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, it worked out perfectly, man.
This man was there every weekend, and sometimes it wasn't even to see me.
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was all about snowboarding.
This man was
all about snowboarding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this man got the
snowboarding.
season pass and was up there every single weekend.
The funniest story was
Well, he broke his butt.
that was the funniest story.
Oh, I got videos on videos of that one.
That's what I thought you said something else. I thought you said something else.
When he broke his butt?
No, I thought you said snow something.
Huh? Oh, okay.
You doing the mumbles.
Yeah, no, if you want to go ahead and tell what the doctor said when we had arrived.
No, but you
Wait, so what happened?
You gotta tell the story. Wait,
story.
you gotta tell the
So much.
story. So
Okay, so I dropped him off at Snowball.
wait, so he. So
What are you talking about?
Dallas would come up.
background.
Dallas would come up.
Where you at?
Yeah.
I was at Northern Arizona University at the time, and that's Flagstaff, and that's snowboarding city.
Oh, Flagstaff is beautiful.
Yeah, so Dallas would come up every weekend because he didn't have stuff on the weekend. He would come up
Damn.
every weekend.
You drove all the way there?
It's only like 2
Every
hours.
weekend?
Every weekend would come
that
up.
dude was there.
And was-
you know,
and was
I was
Dude had a
going
season pass. He had a season pass.
Yeah, he brought a snowboard after the first couple of times you went, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a snowboard, and then you got more gear, some goggles, a
Were you
helmet.
always snowboarding before that?
No.
My
up
first
there.
time was actually in Arizona. My friend Colin and Marissa, they took me my very first time up to Snowball, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, it's only a 2-hour drive. I'm gonna come kick it, man. So I pull up to the Dingleton residence on a Friday afternoon, and I go shred. And then
By the way, they call him to, what are you guys called?
Dingleton,
I thought you were gonna hit it.
the Dingle
Don't
Pringle
do it.
Supreme with the side of sour cream.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to just like yell it?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was gonna do it too, but
Yeah, that was just like back in the day for everyone that's seen like Fairly Odd Parents. It was just like every time
Dingleberg.
the
He was
neighbors-
Dingleberg.
Dingleberg, and it was
Yeah, it was
just
just
kept
like-
getting
Oh, yeah, you
reiterated
guys-
to
nicknames,
Dingleton.
Man, you guys will have.
He calls us Dingleberries, just
Because when you guys are together, you're berries, right?
No, it's not.
That's not how it works.
That's cute.
very cute.
Dingletons.
That's
and
cute.
Dingleberries.
That's cute.
It's
It's disturbing how you thought of that.
Dingleberries? Yeah, it don't sound right. But anyway,
he's mad because he ain't ever had a friend like me.
look at her.
Brothers.
And we color. So, all right. So you started snowboarding
Yeah.
in Arizona.
Got injured almost every time, but keep going.
Yes, you do some things, man. Part of the reason.
Yeah, like that.
Part of the reason why Dallas, I didn't really like Dallas at first because Dallas would do some crazy things. You would be the one that focus is always on you. Yes, and so then
You can't even deny it. You
yeah,
can't
you
deny
can't,
it.
you
We
can't.
just be having fun.
But me as a dad and having kids,
Yeah,
having
especially
two
like-
boys, I'm
like,
trying
yeah.
to say, hey, don't get in trouble. Hey, you're black. You can't go. You can't be loud. You can't do this, right?
I lied to you about my ethnicity.
Is he your dad too? I didn't know you were part black.
Wait, you're black?
But I would just say this. I have a perfect track, not me, but them. I took him snowboarding, everything I ever did with them, never hurt.
Let me
I
finish.
took
Let
the
me
injury
finish.
for him.
So,
Exactly. I was about to say.
so
I was about to say.
as you guys grow up, right? I started hearing the stories and started realizing my son was the issue.
Huh?
He was the one that was in trouble.
I like that. I was in trouble
like that.
for what?
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Time
my
out.
son was. Wait, my son is the one that's. Probably
I was the one in trouble.
Worst influence.
I was the worst influence?
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I gave him rides back to the crib? Or because he punched the windshield?
punched the windshield?
He punched the windshield. I didn't do nothing to it.
You were the windshield puncher?
Yo, we went 8 years.
I told him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say. We told him. Why you say it like that? No, we told him already. I told you we told him. I told my mom first.
Yeah,
and then my mom told my dad.
Oh.
So, I mean, they're not going to keep it a secret.
We just out here chilling 6'9"
This man.
You go
That's
6
crazy.
years without telling nobody. Why you gonna tell me at 6 years? What's the
What are you
difference?
talking about? Because it's funny now. It's funny now. I don't know why you're taking it
I'm
like
sweating.
that.
And you
This
tried to-
man.
You tell your wife?
Tell about the windshield? How am I gonna bring that up?
I'm just asking.
I tell everything.
You didn't tell your wife either? Are you really keeping
No. He's saying like if this situation were to happen where I tell my mom, you're not gonna tell my dad. Like you know what I'm saying? So you
would tell your wife?
you know what I'm saying?
You would tell your wife, right?
Oh yeah.
You on camera. You on camera right now. You on camera right now. You on camera right now.
And she watch it. I tell everything, man. I tell everything.
So anyway,
Just like that, I tell everything.
But tell you
I
gotta
learned-
tell the snowboard.
Hold on. I learned to
story, too.
realize.
Yeah, man, what story I gotta tell?
Hold on.
I got a bunch. Which one you need?
I learned to realize that you guys are having fun. And once I found out you didn't drink and, you guys kind of explained who he is, I was like, oh, okay.
You guys, Khalil explained who he is. I still
Dallas
don't.
was- Tommy wasn't here,
You
though.
stuck up for him too, though.
Later on down the road,
You stuck-
yeah.
It's like, Dad, he's not a bad kid. Because I was real strict on who you guys would bring around.
Yeah, I know.
I was strict. What do you mean?
But
you know,
because that's why Khalil was outside more. Now he didn't bring a lot of people.
he didn't bring a lot of people, especially
Nobody.
females.
Yeah.
Up until that point, me and Tommy like never actually like met like for real. Like I knew him, I knew of him like from school. Like he was like
the junior year.
No. He
I
came down
senior
like
year.
senior.
And so that's when me
okay.
and Khalil like got like real tight. But like Tommy was already gone, so I really like ain't met Tommy yet.
Real tight
No, not like that. Keep
Oh,
going.
real tight.
That's crazy.
But I was okay with it.
and loose.
We didn't
Tight
ask
and
that.
loose.
okay.
Wait, we're not.
Loose or tight.
I was.
Think about
I
what
just
he
want
said.
you to know, as a parent,
I'm not reposting none of this. I want you to know that right now.
Okay with it.
I was okay with it.
Go ahead, Dallas. Go ahead.
And
Anywho, like so I ain't met Tommy yet, right? And I'm just like, why am I gonna like? He don't know me. I don't know him. I don't know when he comes back home. I don't know anything. So, but you know, whatever. We get past that, and, you know, then it just we was good.
No. Tell him how when we woke up in the morning, my mom was going to say bye to me. Like, oh, where's Dallas? And we was both in the bed. Remember when my mom leaves in the morning before us? So she goes in. She always says bye to me. So she opens the door and she was going to say bye. Like, where's Dallas?
Wait, what day were you spending the night?
It was on a weeknight.
It was a weekday. You guys had it.
Hey, bro was over all the time. Tommy, you was over all the time. He was over all the time.
So,
I mean,
let me explain something real quick. Let me explain something real quick.
He wasn't there. Remember, Dad wasn't there.
two guys in the same room.
So that's why Mom opened the door and was like confused.
Well, let me explain something. Let me clear some air. So, senior year, I moved down to Ontario like without my mom. I stayed with my aunt who lives literally like right across the
Right
street.
over the fence.
Right
Yeah,
over the
right over the
fence. And like, you know, like, there's a lot of us in the house, and like I spent like more time here than I did over there, and it was just like, you know, I came down with like a bag. All I had was like some clothes, you know. Like I didn't even have a pair of pants.
It was a duffel bag.
It was a duffel bag, right? So I was just like, I'm already here. He gonna take me to school in the morning. Like it was just simple thoughts. And like we literally just like did everything together, like just two peas in a pod.
Don't look at me.
I threw that
Stop
one
it.
in there.
I don't know why
You're tough.
you're making it worse for us. Stop looking so hard for us, dog.
It's okay though.
Wait, no.
Romance is okay.
I like you, man.
Romance
You
is
lie.
okay.
I like you, man. You lie.
Romance. Okay, so now we're on the snowboard.
Oh, the snowboard. Okay,
So my thing too was at snowboarding. I used to tell Dallas, what was that speech I gave you?
Don't take me.
What was that speech? I gave you like a speech, man.
Yeah, it was like along the lines of like if something happens to these guys, like it's like on your head, and like I was just like he really
threatened him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yes.
Oh man, I
Yes.
had to talk because I said during season I always told you, hey, if you're gonna play flag football, you better be flip flops. Remember I said wear flip flops.
You talked to him about it though. You talked to him
I'm
about
just
it.
saying for you
Yeah.
guys, I used to tell you guys during the off season. Nah, I even said nothing off season too.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
just
say
said
like
wait.
Yeah, so then he taking a snowboard. I'm like pissed off. Like what? This fool, you know.
yeah, the snowboarding was like
Said,
that was
put
like
Dallas
that was
on
the
the
top of the
phone.
mountain.
Put Dallas on
Because
the
there was a
phone.
guy and for context, there was a guy already on the team who got hurt from snowboarding. Like,
But not only that, remember every time Brandon went, Dad heard this story. Every time Brandon went, he got a concussion. So
Really?
he did.
Brandon, yeah. I don't know about concussion though.
I mean, some got hurt. Yeah,
I like
some got
concussion.
hurt.
Is
Who gets hurt
serious. Like, it's-
snowboarding? Said who gets hurt snowboarding?
Why? If you want me to bring that up, so look, Dallas, I took Dallas up one day, right?
That's what you're thinking.
He went snowboarding, and I was driving back down, and I forgot what I was about to do. But I get a call, and I was like, this dude usually doesn't get done till like maybe what? Does it close at 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
Yeah, he doesn't get 4. I dropped him off in the morning, so I'm picking him up at like maybe 11, 12, maybe. And so I go up there. And all I see is, I think it was Devin was up there with us, right? Or who was up there with
Yeah,
us?
so I was the week Devin came out, and you know we were supposed to go up and snowboard the whole weekend. have a
Yeah,
brother
yeah,
trip.
you guys were gonna have a great time, this and
Yeah.
that. So I went up, and all I see is Devin, and I was like, "Dog, what's your brother?" I think he like, you know what I'm saying? So Devin was like, he turns around, he points on, and he's like, "Yeah, I think he broke his ass," and I was like, "What do you mean? Like he broke his butt?" And all I saw was you.
That was terrible. So yeah, I went off a jump wrong, and like I landed all bad.
too.
Oh, for sure, videotaped it. Yeah,
I
because
landed all bad.
we were just like, it's Dallas. He's good, right? So we got him in the car, and he was like, take it slow, man. Take it slow. And then he got out the car, and we were going to, what was it? The Brandon's? Is it Brandon's Diner? What was it called?
there?
What was it called? The one with the fat biscuits. It's called The Place. It's called The Place.
Yeah.
It's something in some place.
Yeah, it's we call it Mike and Ronda's. Mike and Ronda's.
Yeah, man.
So we went to Mike and Ronda's.
No, I'm
and
gonna tell you
I'm gonna tell this part.
You guys went to eat and didn't go.
we went to eat after. We picked Dallas up.
So hold on, the story gets weird. I'm gonna tell this part of the story.
All right, go ahead.
I already know what video you're talking
And
about. I already know
continue.
everything. So we get there, and I'm talking about like, I can't move. I'm like using all the cars, any handrails. None of them stayed with me. They all just went inside.
Well, because we thought he was on some BS. You know how Dallas is. So I was like,
I'm
oh, he's
really
good.
gonna go
bro.
with him?
No, I thought he was on some BS.
Not only this,
No, don't play me. Don't look at you. See this face? You see this
Pop,
face?
it's not like I was right behind them either. They straight walked up to the girl, said, "Hey, we got a table for 4." They got sat down, they got drinks, and then Khalil finally decided, "Where's Dallas?" Takes his video out, and I'm over here.
He's still so look, it's not too far from the car to the front door. It's not too far, but it's far enough. It's far enough to where we all sat down. We all got
I'm like
waters.
legit like leaned over, like I'm in pain, contemplating life. I still had to go up the steps, and they're just over here like already ordered their food and chilling. No one cared. Just how's Dallas
No,
doing?
because
Put your phone away. Put your phone away.
I was about to grab
Put your
it.
phone away.
Put your phone. I'll get the video out.
It's only gonna defend my case.
What are you talking about?
And so then after that, I was like, we got to go to the hospital.
And so we get to the hospital, right? We get him a little, like they give you a little seat or whatever, and then
The wheelchair.
Yeah, the wheelchair. And
A little seat.
Yeah. They get him a wheelchair while I'm wheeling him around, right? And we go inside because they need to take like your blood temperature
like your
and
vitals
everything.
and stuff, and like
yeah,
so the first
not
dude,
your blood temperature. You know what I mean?
He's just like, so what happened? I'm just like, yeah, I had a snowboarding accident. Like,
And mind you, hold on. Mind you, hold on.
Oh, you gonna get up for this one? We asked you to get up with the hands.
Stand right there. Let me see the mic. So I'm standing like this, wheelchair right here. He's sitting down, and I'm standing like this. And mind you, his. Move it up. You want me to sit on the other side? All right.
Yeah.
So look, I'm on this side, right? I'm on this side, and he's talking to the doctor, and he's explaining everything, right? And he was like, "So what hurts? This and that." And he's like, "Yeah, I think I broke my butt or something. I don't know. Something back here is hurting, and it hurts real bad." And he's like, "It's from a snowboarding accident." And as he's typing, he says, "From a snowboarding accident?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "Are you sure?" And he looks at me.
He was like, nothing else.
I told you.
Like, no, man.
I looked at Dallas and I was like, "Oh no!"
I was like,
I was crazy.
I was
That was
appalled,
crazy.
man.
That was
We're
crazy.
gonna do good at it on that.
That was crazy, man.
Baffled, man.
Go ahead and continue though, man.
But you know what made it worse? We get back to the crib, and like, so you remember like Khalil's place, like had like the.
It was a studio at the time.
Stairs,
Studio at the time.
I think you called your mom. Did you call your mom before?
For what?
I think you called your mom at the restaurant.
For what?
And she said, "Take him to the hospital."
Oh yeah. Because we weren't gonna take you to. I mean, we thought you were fine. We thought like, oh, walk it off. He'll sleep it off, and then he'll be fine in the morning.
But it only got worse, like, cause I remember like when it first happened on the mountain, like I was able to snowboard and like slowly ride
Didn't
back.
you take a shower and then we sat at the crib, or that was
Yeah,
after? That was after.
No, because like after I kept sitting down, like it just kept getting worse because I sprained my groin and cracked my tailbone, so like it just kept getting worse and worse. So by the time we got back to the crib, I remember I legit hopped on Khalil's back and like
I carried him up the stairs.
He piggybacked me up the stairs because I couldn't make it. I was in like so much pain.
Got you, dog. That's my dog. I got you, dog.
But he didn't get you going to Mike around.
Because I was like, I ain't calling you a truther.
Outside for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we thought you were just selling your case. You did sell it pretty good.
Y'all sold me.
What they say? So with the doctor, like when
Oh yeah, so he said I had like a hairline fracture like on my tailbone, and then like I sprained my groin, and he was just like, real talk, like this is one of those like you just gotta wait kind of things, like.
It's like nothing you can do.
So it's
right?
really like
it's like a
They
bruise,
can't-
pretty
they
much
can't
like a.
bandage it.
So like the groin was just.
Remember, I
even
had
have the video.
and stuff. Like,
Yeah, Tommy was over here like, oh yeah, do this stretch. It wasn't just making it worse, and I was just like,
like so.
We thought it was a muscle at first. We thought it was his muscle at
like
first.
tailbone. So like I had him like just
Tailbone?
no, just bring his knees to his chest on the floor, like, and he was like, like he was in so much pain.
yeah, Tommy was trying to sell. Like I was, bro, man, you're fine.
Like it was a sprint, like it was a muscle.
He was fine.
That's messed up. Dude.
But so I had the Mustang at the time, and like I legit like couldn't lift my leg. So Devin actually had to like learn how to drive stick, like right there.
No, he had to learn how to drive stick all the way back 2 hours.
Dang.
2 hours back.
I couldn't drive.
It's not that bad once you get on the highway, but like it's Flagstaff, so you don't know which way the hill. So that's it.
So we had to teach him. So like we went and like Khalil and me, like we sat him, like taught him how to drive. And once he was comfortable,
You know how to drive?
I know how to drive it. Yeah,
he taught me. He knew how to burn a clutch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, because his is just like it was so powerful. The clutch and it was hard for me to get his car. But Ernie's car was easy. The little Subaru that he had, I was chilling with that. So I know how to drive stick now.
Okay. So now snowboarding, you go up there every weekend.
Yeah.
You're in Arizona. You make this rankings. What rank are you guys? Like, how does it work?
So I'm an E5. I'm a staff sergeant. He's an E4 senior airman.
Okay. And then I think somebody was telling me that you always want to promote, or it's mandatory that you got to promote or something like that?
So
How's it
like
work?
for Air Force, you test for E5 and E6. For staff sergeant and tech sergeant, you have to like physically take a test, and then like you get your EPR, which is like basically your yearly review, and you get graded up on that, and you get like extra points from that as well. But I'm actually in Arizona. I was still a senior airman. I tested for staff one time while I was there, and I didn't make it. So I made it my second time. So like while I was up in Alaska. But I mean, for the most part, like, you know, you get more money, you get like more, but it's also like with that comes more like responsibility, because as soon as you become a staff sergeant, like where I'm at, you become an NCO, so a non-commissioned officer. So like you now obtain like that supervisor role, and like now you're doing your job plus like taking care of like your troops and like who's below you. So like, you know, it depends. A lot of people will say like, oh, I don't want to make staff, and they just like purposely fail the test. But, you know, some people say that, some people don't. Some people truly do want the rank. Some people want it for the wrong reasons, but.
So what's the end game? I know retirement is, but when it comes to rankings, like have you thought about that? Like what level you want to get to, or do you even want to retire?
Yeah, I don't know, try to get out after this contract. So I did a 6-year. So I have 2 years after Alaska, and then I plan on getting out.
Got you. And then what time you plan on getting out? Then going to?
I'm trying to go guard. So I'm trying to do what they call palace chase. So finish off my active duty contract early, and then finish what I have left with a guard unit, wherever they accept me.
What's a guard unit?
So it's pretty much, so active duty, you're Air Force 24/7, 365. Guard or reserves. If you're reserves, you can get called in. Same with guard, but you have a contract for 1 weekend out of the month.
Oh, so it's like the National Guard's what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you. All right.
Yeah. So Air National Guard would be the Air Force.
Got you. And then what type of work? Because you still gotta work, right? You gotta go out and do.
Yeah. So for the Air Force, if they don't have the job I currently have, I can do what they call cross train, which is go back to tech school for whatever job I choose, and then out of the Air Force, I'm planning on going back to what I was doing before I joined.
Okay. Now everybody's up because of COVID. Now it's
Right. And then like the economy was pretty bad at that time too, so I would get a interview, but they would never hire me because someone else had like, I guess, more time or better credits or whatever you call it. So I would do the interview, but I would never get the job.
Got it. And then what about you? What's your ranking wise in game to that?
Yeah. So like I said, I still plan on doing the full 20, and the goal is to like at least hit Master Sergeant. So I'll test for this year was my first year testing for tech. So I'll find out if I made it, you know, in like 2 months. And then, you know, if I don't get it this time, you know, so be it. But eventually I got to pass that test to get put on tech. And then after that, you got to go up for a board. So like you don't take a test to make Master Sergeant and above. Like higher up people, like they review like your EPR. They review like your whole package and like decide like
EPR.
Enlisted performance report. That's like your yearly, annual, like everything, like all the accomplishments you kind of did. And like, you know, evaluates you like on a scale of like promote now, must promote, do not promote, and I forget like the lowest one is. But you don't ever want to get below, like you don't want to get the first two. You want to get a 3, 4, or 5. Yeah. So like to make Master Sergeant, you definitely got to go for a board. And so hopefully by that time, like, like I have like a good package written up for me, and, I'll make master hopefully by like the 20-year mark. I've seen people, like some guys that like really go after, like they're making senior and chief like within their first 20, and like it's like it can be done like in any time amount. But like by the time I get out, master sergeant would be like the preferred. I can retire right now as a staff, like 20. I can go 20 years like as a staff, but like you don't want to. It doesn't, like, your benefits that when you get out aren't as high, and it's just like it just kind of looks like you didn't try to go up the ladder, So
now, did you, for your path that you're going, did you get that from somebody else, or this is you coming up with your own plan, your life plan? It's something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like my own plan, right? Because I mean, you've heard of guys doing like the full 20, and it just sounded like the best overall. Because like both my grandparents, my brother, like they didn't do the full 20, but like everyone I've ever talked to is always like, just do the full 20, man. Like it'll be worth it. And like right now, like, I'm gonna fully retire from the Air Force at 38 years old, still young, still
got a lot to do.
Yes, and I still give me plenty of time to do like whatever I want after. And so I like the path I'm on. Like, a lot of guys, they say they're gonna do the full 20, and like by year 4 or 5, they're just like, this ain't for me no more.
So when did you come up with your path? Like what got you? Did you sit down and really think about that, or just over time it just came up, or did you like?
Yeah. So I initially had like the initial plan, right, of just like, all right, we're gonna do the full 20 when we get out. Like, we really want to be a teacher, so that's what we're gonna do, right? And then just like as like I went on, like, like the finer details got worked out, like what I have to actually do, what do I have to hit by this certain milestone, starting setting like little goals for myself. And so like it just came into like clear view. And like right now, like, like I said, I'm coming up on 7 years, so we're still sitting pretty good. We're still chugging along.
Yeah.
Got a year left in Alaska, and then, now I'm married, so I got to like, it's not just my plan anymore. It's me and my wife's plan. It's our plan. So, just as something new comes up, we're just taking it. But like the end goal is still looking really good. Please tell me why you're laughing.
Oh, because you said our plan. I was like, it's plan. So that was it. So that's what came up in my head.
Right?
Yeah, it started singing. It started singing.
That was
in my
whack.
head.
That was whack.
So from Arizona, you go to Alaska. You've been wanting that. I know that. What made you choose Alaska instead of going somewhere else? Well, you wanted Germany, right?
So F-35 is like, we can only go to like so many bases. I wanted to go to Lakenheath over in like England.
Okay.
But at the time, it wasn't open yet. The only like overseas base was Eielson. It just opened up, so I was like, all right. And a lot of people told me like, once you're overseas, it's easier to stay overseas. So I was like, all right, if I want to go to England, like I put in for Alaska and I got it. I was like one of the first people up there, so like that was pretty cool. And we got a year left, and so I'm gonna apply.
What part of Alaska?
Fairbanks, Alaska. If you don't know where it is, you never will, because it's in the middle of nowhere.
How do you like it?
It's cool. It's definitely different, man. It's 1,000% different. Like having Phoenix be my first base, it was very similar to like being around here. Like the only difference, we don't have a beach, right? But it was still super close to home. I got to come home a lot. It was just super.
Wait, you said super close?
4 hours is close, man.
It's pretty close.
It's only 4? Oh,
With his driving, yes.
I'm moving. Before I got my speeding ticket, I was moving.
Because he lived on the outskirts. He lived in Buckeye, so
Yeah.
it's like a lot closer to.
Oh, you're talking about Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about Alaska.
Oh,
My bad.
you deserve that one.
That is a neck. He's talking about
I wasn't
driving.
tracking. Sorry. Go ahead. No.
But
So you're in Alaska.
it's definitely a lot different. Like it's like real small town. So Khalil, he's been there twice, and it's, like he can tell us like it's definitely different. But like when you envision Alaska, right? Like just the great outdoors, the last frontier. Like it is that. Like for like, a lot of people love it.
Yeah, and that's it. Keep going.
A lot of people really love it. I met a lot of people because like like I love the city, but like I met a lot of guys. They're just like, oh, like this is like the life for me, and like they extend up there as long as they can. And like I don't hate it. Y'all know John. John hates Alaska. I like
on it.
However, like my 4 years that I'm up there, I will not
He
extend.
spits on it.
I
Alaska.
will not extend up there. My 4 years is enough for me. Like I got the full thing, man. -40 winters. Yes, man.
Feels like -60.
With the wind chill. No, thank you.
Yes.
Because you said you could go. You said you could go out in t-shirt and shorts to a certain point, right?
Oh yeah, like right now, like so, like
50.
So like lately, like it still dips down like 20s. Or that's shorts weather.
Yeah.
20 shorts.
It is.
Yes.
Yes.
Compared to negative, dog.
Yes.
Shut up. There's no way.
Hey, man, go out there in the negative.
Is it cold in moist or is
It's dry.
Dry?
Yes.
Dry, and then we don't really get a lot of wind up there. But like the days that we do get wind, those days suck. That's like when like it doesn't matter what you're
You
wearing.
just stay inside.
Yeah, you know nobody wants to be outside for that.
Yeah.
But like a regular like -20, like no wind, like it does suck. And I tell people all the time, like I got a mental I got a mental thermometer in my head. Like I can, if it's 0, I'll know. If it's anything below, like as soon as there's a negative sign, that's when it's just like, all right, this is like uncomfortable. But like my mom came out one time and it was like -40, and like she tells everybody all the time, like it's just different.
Yes.
Like I'm talking about, like you get out the car and like 10 seconds outside, you're just like, I can't be out here.
Is that bad?
You,
It's bad.
you take your first breath
Yeah,
and
and
everything is
shocks
frozen.
your lungs.
Yes, your nostrils freeze. You just start coughing, and then your eyeballs freeze over. So like you blink, and then you just sometimes it just freeze
It's not a
closed.
good time.
Oh
That's
my
not a good time.
goodness.
But-
you're not outside a lot though. So what's what you're saying?
Well, it depends.
When they do training.
but that's not -4. Is it?
That's
What I'm saying
still
is
in the
like the
negative
videos
zone.
when they're training, like the sweat freezes and you see the icicles. on the
Oh,
skin.
yeah,
I got, like,
because
tons
he
of
doesn't make
pictures.
it
Oh,
public.
yes. Hey, do you have the pictures?
Wait, you
We're
not
friends on
follow?
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Sorry.
have
I'll
the?
get you another one.
Can you show them? Just show them real quick.
No, I don't want to see it. I'm just
So like I think like this
show 'em videos.
this training, the coldest we ran in was like that -30. Yeah.
-32.
That one sucked. That was bad.
Yeah, that was
you guys ran in that.
yeah.
Committed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
Let me show
That's
you
a
here.
different breathing tempo, isn't it? Like
It's terrible.
I don't know. You just kind of just run, and all you're focused on is the cold, and then it kind of just goes away. So like when I first start running, I can't feel my fingers or my toes.
So this is like
But then once you start going, like the pain
They start
goes
coming
away, the feeling comes back, and
so this is just like a this wasn't a run we did. This wasn't a long run. This was like a 6-mile run.
wow. Show the camera.
Should I show this one or
We can show that one.
stick it in that one? Like just since I got the beard and everything, like it just freezes
This
up.
is over.
But yeah, like that negative.
And you just
30
get
run.
used to it? Is that just what it is? It's kind of like the heat in Arizona when it's really hot, like
Yeah.
120. It just
Yeah, you were at two extremes. I just noticed that.
I know it definitely sucked, but like yeah, like you do just get used to it. Like once we start the run, like you warm up, but like that's just what we have to train in.
Everyday living.
Oh, everyday living, yes. However, this winter was like a good. You better show me what that is. Show the
what is
camera.
that? Show the camera. Show the camera.
Yo, I was
He broke his elbow.
elbow, man.
That boy was dying.
Back on
Dirty
the
sitting
elbow.
down eating.
I had to find the video real quick. I
Nobody
think I
was
zoomed
helping.
in. Look at him. He dying.
Y'all just watching him?
Yeah, we watching from the window, sitting down, drinking some water.
Hey, their food is there. He's outside. That's crazy. So
That's one.
Hey.
So while that's bad, that's bad. So you're in Alaska, and then you get married. You meet your wife. How's that transition?
This honestly, like, so it's winter that she got to experience. This was a really good winter. The whole transition period was actually really.
You guys been married?
We just hit 7 months.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Newlyweds.
So yeah, we met each other back in high school, but we just kind of like knew each other. I slid in some DMs and bam, here I am now, smooth as butter, baby. But yeah, her transition, we got her moved out pretty quickly.
Smooth as butter. How you know about that? You laughing?
Why would you?
Why would you tell them our secret?
Butter my buns. But yeah, her transition was actually really smooth.
Oh, bad.
That's crazy.
She got to move out during the summer. We got married during the summer, like the fall time frame.
No invite. Keep going.
You were invited.
From anybody.
It was a quick
You
wedding.
get anybody.
At all.
My mama wasn't even
But he
there.
always
Relax.
say, "Hey,
Really?
you guys
Relax.
are like parents to me."
Relax. Relax.
Yet that happened.
Relax.
At least like a wedding. Oh, you had a wedding party here though, didn't you?
Yeah. We ended up coming back for a weekend, and my mom and her mom, like everyone set it up at my Nina's
Dang.
house, and everyone got to come over. So I was really cool and really happy my family did that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But
There still wasn't up like.
he's light skinned.
That's right. So the transition.
Yeah, it was really good. And then she brought her dog up, our little tiny Chihuahua, and like I said, it was a really good winter.
How the Chihuahua?
Yeah.
How's the Chihuahua doing the?
So tell me, I did so much research. I was like, is this dog gonna die? Like,
Did you go outside to see?
yeah, I did. I'm gonna be real with you. I did throw him in snow one time, and Buddy just gone. and Jill was very upset. It was not okay. But like he's a tiny little dog. He's a house dog. Like he doesn't mind just like chilling inside all day. And like we let him outside, and there was like a little area like right outside our house that like was covered from like the staircase. So he was able to just like walk on like wood chips, and like he lasted all summer and or all winter. I'm sorry,
all winter.
He lasted all winter, and like so now we take him on walks, and he's like. I think even he's like mentally like adjusted because like it'll be like 40 degrees and like dude's just having the time of his life out there.
Good.
Doesn't even wear booties no more. He's a happy little guy.
And then, what about the animals out there? Like Khalil complains about the mosquitoes.
Horrible.
I see things about the mooses out
The
there.
dragons.
The dragons.
I would rather see a moose
state
than
bird.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
For being honest.
So
But moose
we haven't had to
they're so
account for the
huge.
mosquito problem because like they're not out yet. So like
They're coming out though.
They are starting to come
They're
out. So I
coming
have to
out.
make sure like obviously he's good with that. And like I told Jill like it's gonna hit. But so like a wildlife, we have to watch him like when he's outside because like if there is like a bear, moose, or anything like he's gonna lose every single fight.
Oh yeah.
But he's not built for that.
Not built for
Not
that.
him. Not
So yeah,
him.
we had to do like a lot of research. Like a lot of people tell us like because like we can't take him hiking in certain areas because like dogs aren't allowed because like bears like they'll attract them or they'll like chase off on them. So like we already like did like a research like what we can and can't do with them. But like he's a small enough dog. We're gonna take him kayaking. Like we'll take him like he's gonna live his best life this summer, man. I'm telling you.
He's doing all nature things. So she had to change her whole
the only
life
thing
too,
there.
Yeah,
just for you.
yeah. Nah, the military wife, man. It's
Dog.
strongest thing ever.
So is she? What is her plans? Her plans to still do what she was.
Yeah,
gonna
so
do
she
next?
finished schooling. Well, she finished like her bachelor's, right? And then she still wants to be a PA, so she has to get her master's and she has to do PA school. And then she just finished up. She has to do like 2 more classes. She just finished one up.
Nice.
But so the goal is, so we have like 2 different plans actually. Like for our plan, if I get London next, like Lakenheath, England, then they don't offer like a PA program over there, I guess, for her. So she would actually like put that off for a while, and because we both like mutually agreed that like she would still work and everything while we're out
Did you
there.
agree to do everything that you want to do? Dang, that's messed up.
No, we both agreed that like this, it would just be because I would be 26, she would be 24, and we'd be in England with little to no like financial obligations. Like we would just be like, it would just be a perfect time. Like we'd have 3 to 4 years to travel, like we coming into like our late 20s, early 30s, ready to like have a family.
You plan everything out, don't you?
Yeah, man, I got
You're
to.
a planner.
However, if we don't go over there, we want to go to like Hill Air Force Base over in Salt Lake City. Just I like the area. I got to drive through there. She likes the area, and they offer like 2 really good PA schools there for her. And so then we would take that path. She would just pretty much as soon as we get there, she would just knock out PA school immediately. And then like, she would just be purely focused on that. Like we wouldn't have kids yet. We would just, have our dog. I'd work and like just pretty much support her while she goes through that. Good. And then after that, she's a sugar mama. I don't know if you guys know how much PAs make, but boy, am I not working anymore.
Yeah. So countries, what countries have you guys been to?
Like for personal or just like work?
Either.
Because
I know that gives you the opportunity to travel.
Yeah.
So
So for me, I got to go to Guam.
I got a T-shirt. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, thank you.
I've got to go to Japan.
No T-shirt.
Dang.
I didn't get you a magnet.
No t-shirt.
You didn't give me.
That's right there.
I got anything.
No,
I just can't. It's not there.
That's up
I
there.
ain't going, but okay. Those two?
That's it?
That's it.
For like work wise, yeah. Like I did like other
Got in
CUIs,
trouble.
like
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
why do you say
dang.
that, bro? I still got to go to Guam. But I've still been there before.
Yeah. But it was supposed to be like a double thing, right?
No, they didn't end up going. I was supposed to like there was in talks to like go to Hawaii, but that like we
He
don't
was
control
supposed
that.
to go to Hawaii when I went to
No, it
Hawaii.
wasn't me. It was just like the Air Force just like they just didn't want to spend the money because like every time we go somewhere like we have to like use like our money to like fund like all the flying hours and stuff. So like a lot of times when you go on a TDY, they're like you start hearing rumors like, oh, I heard you guys are gonna go to this place, and this place, and then it turns out you just went to one place, but it was none of those 3, and you're just like, oh.
so that was Guam.
So yeah, so our last trip was supposed to be Guam and Hawaii, and everyone was like, I've had people say like, well, if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on it, and then like the day we leave, they're like, yeah, you're not going. So just stuff like that. But and then like for pleasure, oh sorry,
I've only been Japan and South Korea.
Okay.
South Korea.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh. I'm just wondering.
I was curious too.
You were too? Like the way you said it? Like South Korea?
Like he wants to go there. That's why.
That's what it looked like there.
I want to go to Japan. I was just like, he never mentioned like.
Oh, wait, he don't talk to people.
Go.
No, I'm saying I don't know a lot of people that go to South Korea. So I was like, oh, South Korea.
Japan, remember?
No, I just went to a separate location. It was in Japan though, but like it wasn't like. Yeah, so I mean, I went to like 2 different places, and then I got to. We only had like 1 day off while we were over there, but I did get to like take a train up to like Hiroshima, and I got to like walk around there. Beautiful city, you know, it was different. Got to try like some really good food out there.
Transit system, Japan.
Were they blooming?
It's
Were those trees blooming out there?
No, no.
We said the same thing.
A lot of people asked that because the cherry blossoms. Yeah, we checked out some scenes. Like there was like no like agriculture like really booming at the time, but it was still like really dope to like go out there and like see like the cultural like differences. I really enjoyed it.
So much different to me.
Oh yeah.
When I went from China, it was so much different. It was more to me. It seemed like it was more open.
Yeah.
You know, you had more freedom. Things are just different the way everything were. Yeah. I know the transit system out there, the way the freeways. It was just. I thought it was well planned out compared to us.
It's pretty fucking good, dude. Yeah.
What
a way.
Let's see. So you've been in those two, and then Pleasure.
Pleasure. So I've got the luxury to go over to Spain and Paris. Those are really good trips. I really, really, really love Spain. Like by far my favorite place so far. I just think I'm also able to like, you know, I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I'm able to get around. You know? Yeah. I could find the baño. You feel me? And food over there, amazing.
What does that mean?
You had to say it for yourself. I know it's okay. Huh? He said restroom.
Go ahead. You said food over there. Spain?
Yeah, Spain, amazing. Paris was cool. Really enjoyed it.
Street food was really good.
In Paris?
Spain.
Oh, Spain?
Actually, Paris too.
I mean, Paris's food, maybe.
No, I'm talking about the street food. I ain't talking about the restaurants.
Oh,
because we had to save money. So when we went, we were thinking about saving money.
Yeah.
And so they said, nah, get street food.
Yeah.
And so we did. Like, I wouldn't do that here, but I don't know why. When I went out there, I was like, all right, let me get that. You know?
What was it? What was the street food?
He don't remember.
Like gyros, whatever.
Okay.
Some authentic crepes.
Did you get a croissant?
Croissant.
Shimmy's mom.
So, you know, just things like that. It was good. I know Japan. I don't know, man. Japan seemed like we could just get American food. That's what we did. We ate American places, which was
like McDonald's.
Man. But
You try Coco's?
Coco's?
Coco's, no.
That's like their.
They got a Coco's
like
here.
restaurant here. Though.
Yeah.
No, I said the same thing. So Coco's out there is like it's a curry spot, but it's like a McDonald's equivalent. Like it's like the fast like.
Oh no,
It's like
didn't.
it's like you gotta go to. It's like the In-N-Out. It's
Right,
like
yeah,
when you
yeah,
come
yeah.
here like you gotta try In-N-Out, and over there it's like you gotta try Coco's. Yeah, it's like that spot. So I just didn't know you tried it.
We
I didn't go there though. I mean, I went there with the.
We went to this restaurant, this real high end restaurant, and it was a lot of raw food.
Okay, I thought you were with us.
I
Right?
couldn't do it.
Did you try horse?
What?
Yeah, they have horse in Japan.
I don't try that.
Pretty sure
Did you?
it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Yee.
It was good.
It was good.
It tastes like chicken. Don't tell me.
Nah, it tastes like it was like a meatier beef. Like it was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't try anything new. I wish I would have. I wish I would have back then, but I didn't try anything new. I should have. Okay, so you guys are doing something tomorrow.
Yes.
You guys are running a marathon.
Yes, sir. Oh, 26.2 miles of it, baby.
Whose idea was it to start running marathons? Because this will be your second.
This
right?
will be my second.
It'll be my first.
Yes.
Your first?
My first.
This is his first timer.
Oh my goodness! What made you guys decide?
Well, I mean, you're going to talk about it later after you're done talking about this.
You shouldn't have balled it up, but okay.
So this is my second one. But like for running my first one, it all honestly started. I was like really overweight one time. I came home. It was back in February, February 2022.
Did Khalil body shame you? Because he does that.
Oh, just Khalil? Like you're not over there sitting like that?
Yeah. Hey, you're fat. Did you keep doing that?
I never said it that way.
What did you say?
Looking a little husky.
Nah.
Dog, don't take your shirt off. No, you can't wear it through the pain shirt.
I mean, so I was like at
Dang.
I was like 230, and I'm not gonna lie, like it was like extra large shirts everywhere, and like I was just big, and like I knew I was, and like I remember just like I know I was up there, man. And I remember just like I was like looking at myself, and I just said like,
Damn.
I got to do something, like because I was still on leave, and I was like, all right, like when I get home, I gotta fix something.
230,
230, man.
dude. You about to just what? As tall as? No, you taller than
he's
us.
taller than both of y'all.
What, how tall are you?
5'10" on a good day, man.
That's an inch taller than us, but
Dog,
wow.
y'all 5'10".
I was a big boy.
230 at 5'10".
I was a big boy. Like it was all just right here too. But
Don't let him fool you. All right? He was still wrestling, so weren't you? Weren't you doing jujitsu?
and all that stuff.
yeah, but like I was still big, man. Like I was like there's never been a time like I wasn't doing something,
Yeah.
but it was just like just not watching.
He's an
what I
active big man because you
was an active
call
big
him
man.
out on a race. He's gonna race you.
Active big man, wide back. Like,
Yeah, like I've always been active and like that's always been cool, but like
He gonna race
He just
you.
wasn't losing weight to bend. He wasn't.
I'm kidding.
yeah, like I just didn't like how it was. So like I remember I got back home and I didn't start running or anything. Like I like ran like maybe a mile or two here and there, but like I just started hitting like Stairmaster, started just biking, like just started like doing exercises that just like ton of cardio and like ton of like just like trying to target like my abdominal region. And like I was just like chicken and rice, like that's all I really know how to cook. So I just chicken and rice. And then I got down to like 195 and I was like, all right, like I'm feeling good. And like I was talking to my barber.
How
He's
long
like,
did it take you?
like 2.5 months.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
You weren't playing.
No, I was like hitting it every day after because I was on swings. So like,
Sucking crack.
yeah, like I get off at 11 p.m. and I was like hitting the gym. I was hitting the gym from like 11 p.m. to like 1 in the morning every day. And like, I just,
Smoke it. Go ahead.
yeah. But then I remember I was just, so Khalil met my barber. His name's Darren Snow.
Yeah, he's
He's,
your barber is like one of those dudes that Khalil came back and said, "Man, I want him to be my therapist."
Yo, so he's been like my mentor and like, like,
your barber. We got to get him on a podcast.
yeah, you really like, so
That dude-
he's,
I don't think I said therapist,
Khalil
but his
came
head was
back
on
with a
straight.
changed mentality
he's
after
he's
talking
really
to your
good, man.
barber.
Like he's like really opened my eyes into like a lot of
He may
things.
not need to be doing haircuts anymore.
So no, but he's like the way he manages like his whole schedule and like all the business he's able to run and like while still like being like a top barber in Alaska, like he's really like that, and like he, I remember like telling him just like,
Wait, you're not even giving his name of the barbershop.
He already said it.
so
He already
Darren
said
Snow, Level Up Barbershop.
We'll show
we'll also on the
it.
shirt.
Okay.
Him and Isaac, those are my boys.
Okay. Shout out
Shout out Snow, shout
Snow.
out Isaac,
Shout out Snow.
it. Shout out
and
John.
Seth, and Jaren, and Faith. They're the apprentices in the shop right now, but they my dogs too. Anyway. I remember just like he was just cutting me up, and I was just telling him like, yeah, like this summer, like like I lost all this weight, like I just want like I'm gonna get a bike and I'm gonna just like ride around Alaska and like do something with this, like I'm I'm healthy right now, and he just said like you should do the Equinox Marathon. I said
He's very persuasive.
no, but it didn't even need much persuasion. I remember just like I was just in a really good mindset at the time, and I said okay, and like I've never ran more than 2 miles in my life at a time. And because he told me he did it, and it's up in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's the second hardest one in America. And I said, okay. And I remember I just started looked up a plan, started running. And then that's
Everything
actually,
on YouTube? That when you say look up, where did you find it?
like YouTube, just like online, just like I looked up like a specific running schedule, and I used that same website for my running schedule this time. And then I just started like following Matt Choi, Jeremy Miller, like just like other runners like that I've seen out there. I started reading like David Goggins' books, Dean Karnazes, and just whatever knowledge these people had, whatever insight, because like my first run was just like in a pair of like busted up Nikes, and then I got like real into like my proper footwear, proper nutrition, and like everything. Not so much the first marathon. For like this marathon, like the changes that I made for like between the first and the second is like dramatically different.
Do you feel different?
I do feel different. I feel a lot better. Like I know, like I still don't look like physical prime health.
Nah,
like,
you look good.
But like I feel like like tomorrow, I feel like I can knock out these 26.2 miles. Like a lot more
Go eat
confident.
some Roscoe's?
Roscoe's after. I'm gonna tell you right now. After you already know where I'm going after. Stop playing. In and out, man. Why are we putting disrespect on my name, man? Putting disrespect on my name like that.
Okay.
But so the first marathon, that's actually how so I knew Ozziel because like we worked at the unit together. But like he was always like running all the time, lifting all the time. Like everyone knew like in the shop, like he's that guy.
Yeah.
And so I remember like I was just like, hey man, like I'm trying to train for a marathon. Like, do you want to run on the weekends together, like our long runs? And he said, hell yeah. And like that's
Are you a distance runner or?
he is now.
I just run.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your distance like when you?
I think when we
Before
first started
this.
running.
Before this,
Before.
like if you go out for a run, what would it be?
Like 3 miles.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because I'll just do it mile.
Yeah, but it was like a 12 minute mile pace.
A lap?
Okay, I'll just do a lap. That's it.
Don't start
It might be a
lying.
walk.
Well, I was just about to say on the elliptical.
No, he's-
Finish your
yeah.
sentence.
Come on now.
No, he gets on the. No, you might get on the elliptical.
I don't get on elliptical.
He said,
I'm the stair and the treadmill.
I get on the elliptical. I get on the elliptical, dog.
No,
I feel a little
I
weird
like
though.
walked. I would walk.
I feel a little
for
weird,
45
though.
to an hour.
Hey, it's a lot easier on your joints. I'm just saying.
Can we-
You're 60,
can we
dog. You're
focus?
getting up there, man. Just trying to help you out.
Oh my god.
And you look good for
See how
60.
they body shame me? Ooh, he said 60. He said I'm 60.
He said you're not. He said
He said I'm
60.
60.
He says
I'm 51, man. Stop.
He said, "Damn."
Yeah, 10 years the beard.
you look.
He said, "You
You
look
look,
like 60,
you look
51."
good. You look good for 51.
That's the wise man beard.
All right.
It's got nothing but intelligence in it.
Where?
And mold.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to talk about?
Not yet. So,
He's the leader.
okay, so doing this marathon, you did your first one.
Yeah.
This is your and this.
Yeah, that's my
so your
first one.
So
So
this second one will be his second be your first.
Yeah, so I trained with him for the first one for the Equinox, and
I told him to run it.
he told me to run it, but I didn't really want to. But then he started running it, and we were in a truck just following him around, and I felt like a bitch because I was like, we trained for this long.
Son of a bitch,
We trained for so long, and I was just sitting in the truck, just watching him in pain, and I was like, all right, this.
Did you get out and run?
Well, I was also like, I ended up having some feet problems,
Okay.
and so I wasn't able to run. But he had knee problems, and he was still running. So I was like, yeah, this doesn't feel right.
Gotcha.
And then when he told me about this one,
Yeah.
I told him I was gonna do it with him.
Definitely.
I'm talking like
Hook him up at Fleet Feet.
Did you do that yet?
What is that? What is that?
It's like it's a running store up in.
It's in Rancho Cucamonga. It's a
Rancho.
running store.
Is that where?
we do have to go to running store.
Cuckoo.
Oh yeah, he's having trouble with the
Cuckoo,
words.
cuckoo, cuckoo.
So yeah, it's a running store. That's where I usually get all my running shoes. I mean, I got the Dream Clouds here, and I think I told you about them. And like, yeah, there's a
Shout out to
On
Ultras.
Clouds. I thought this
Best shoes ever.
Ultras. I'm a Hoka boy.
What do you guys? Okay.
So Hoka's my main one. I'm gonna wear the Nikes that I got for like race day, but like my main like daily trainers are the Hokas. I got the Mach 5s and then I got the Rincon 3s.
Which Nikes you got?
I got the Nike the Next
Light
Percent
Nike?
2s.
Oh, you got the two.
Yeah.
Nice. So now you're running the second one. What's different about this second one that you're doing? 'Cause
So
before you ran just for yourself, to challenge yourself mentally and
Yeah.
all do that.
I'm gonna be there.
so this one, like I said, like everything was like different about this one, right? From training, and then I remember I talked to you, and because I remember I was just talking. So well, first off, like my first marathon was like I said, it's the second hardest. It's like ton of elevation. My time on it was just like real slow, and this one I
was
had
your
like
time?
it was like 5.5 hours.
Oh, that's good.
I mean,
That's rough. Like that the whole trail.
yeah,
That's a
that's a
monster out
lot
there.
of feats of elevations.
That's a monster. I think what you gained 3,000 feet, just 4,000 feet, just in one little section.
Oh yeah, you're talking about just
Yeah, just in one
3,000,
section.
yeah.
3,000
So,
feet,
It was a tough one.
straight up.
But so this one, like not only like so like we'll get into like the shirts and everything, but I also have like a PR that I'm trying to hit. We're aiming for like a sub 4 hour, and you know like anything below 4. If I say a 3 hour anything, I'm going crazy, man. I'm finna hit my David Goggins 10 push-ups at the end of it. I'm going bananas, man. But the actual goal is 4 hours and 20 minutes. That's like my nothing after that, like, you know, but like obviously like no matter what time I get, like I'm happy with it. Training's gonna pay off no matter what. But like those are my
What made you
goals.
choose to do a second one?
Yeah, he told me he was done after the first one.
That's what I thought too. I thought he was done.
He caught the bug.
So after the first one, right, like that one was just terrible, and I was just like, that was awful. And it's the same thing. Like right, you asked me like, am I gonna do a third one? And I was just like, as of right now, like the pain that I'm in, I'm just like, no. However, like in a month from now, when I start running again, maybe I'll be like, hey, because like running, I really enjoy running.
What area do you have pain in?
Right now, I'm gonna just point at my lower legs. So right now, my biggest pain is like my left knee, behind it and in front of it.
Now, do you strength train even though you're running a lot?
Yeah. So get a strength training day. I didn't get in as many as I should have this time around.
But like, what specifically are you doing for like your knee health and stuff like that? Like, what are you?
Like remedies wise, I bought like the massage gun to like hit like the back of my legs, any muscles that I can. I'm icing a lot.
No, not strengthening. I'm talking about like not recovery.
Like martial strength workouts. I just like I don't have like a personal trainer workout. I just like looked up like online, just like workouts to do.
Should just ask me.
Oh my goodness!
Should have asked me. You would have had less. You would have.
I had knee pain.
I'm trying, and I'm doing what's it called strength and conditioning internship up in NAU this
So I
summer.
had the
So
knee
I'm
pain
trying to.
too, and then I got with him, and it's been smooth ever since.
That's my beat.
I got back pain and knee pain. He ain't even.
You got old age. You got old age.
He don't listen. He don't listen.
You're 60. Let's stop that. Can't control. Father Time is catching up, dog.
Shaming now. Oh my goodness.
Everything's shaming or something. But you can roast up when we was children.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
You roasted us when we was children, and you can't take it now. What did I say? You can defend yourself now. I couldn't defend myself back then.
Focus back on you, sir.
What did I say?
So.
What did I say?
That's what I said. Man, I tried to tell you yesterday. You ain't listening.
So like I have the PR. What got me to the second one? I remember when I was running the first one, I talked to my cousin Sabrina, the one that lives just right over here, and she ran a marathon. So I was like asking her for like tips and all this kind of stuff. And then like while I was like throughout that training process, we were just like, man, we should do a marathon together sometime. Like like after this one. And so that's what this one was about. She was the first person I called. And I said, like, hey, like, how would you be down to, like, I gave her, we were either going to do this one or the Long Beach Marathon in October. And, she picked this one and we started training. And so that's what got me into the second one. And then I remember the first day, literally the first day, like that schedule I told you I downloaded, like the very first day was like a 4-mile run. And I was at the gym and that's when I bumped into him. And he was like, hey, man, like, you've been running? And I said, I'm actually, like, starting, like, today. And, like, from day one, he said, I'm going to go with you. Like, and I said, it's going to be in California. He said, I'm there. Cool. And so, training, like I said, like the training wise, like how much we did, because like our long runs, like back in the first session were like,
it was like 8 miles.
8 miles. And, like this one, we got in like over 3 runs that were over 20 miles.
Like our first? I think the most we did was like 12.
Yeah, like, and that was like our longest one. Like, we didn't do anything close to that after. Like, this one, though, like, we did a 21 miler, 2 20 milers. Like, we stuck to a harder training schedule, and like, we didn't
more days too.
We didn't back down from it. Nice. So that was really good. And then we spoke.
No treadmill work?
I had a few treadmill.
Treadmills are for the weak. Except for Dallas.
I did hit a few treadmills. I'm
just kidding. No treadmill.
Nah, man. No, I really don't like treadmill. Like, it's really hard, especially like anything like over like 4 or 5 miles. Like just standing there, like it's tough, man. Like, you gotta have a lot of like mental strength to just stand there.
It's too easy.
Did you do any like track work? Did you like run around the track?
So like my speed days involved a lot more of the track, but like
speed days, huh?
Oh
yeah. Like this week, it was like a 2 mile warm up, a 1 mile at race pace, and then I had 5x200s.
I think cross country.
No, they do the same thing.
They do the same thing.
Yeah. They also do the treadmills
and all that.
when they put too they put too much miles on the legs, so they go on the treadmills, and then they have the other stuff. They got a whole bunch of stuff.
It all just depends like what, like, if it's like a threshold day, a VO2 max day, or just like a easy day, whatever like the goal is. But most of it,
all that's from the website, the schedule you got.
Yeah.
What website are you using again?
This was. Talk about something else with him.
You gotta give them a shout out. If this,
you know, mountain ranges. You know how it's always raining on this side of the hill. Y'all call it the hill.
Yeah, it's like just Runner's World. I don't know if you guys have heard of like Runner's World. They host like a lot of stuff. But yeah, I just went on there and like So like right here, the very first plan I ever used was beginner marathon training plan to complete the distance, no time goal. So that's what I used for the Equinox Marathon, and it, real simple stuff.
Yeah.
The one I used for this one was an intermediate sub 4 hour marathon training plan, and like that's the goal right now. Like that's where we're sitting.
Nice.
So at Runner's World, I really love like their website. It's and like it goes real into detail, like what your heart rate should be at, like what pace you should be at, and everything like that. They got
Every day's measured from the watch.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
I actually bought this Garmin watch.
Garmin Phoenix 6.
Yeah, shout out Garmin, definitely.
Sponsors.
Yeah, because I like sponsors, please. Not me, I'm slow.
Help me.
Help me, please. What was I saying?
Yeah, you're talking about the workout plan.
Yeah, so the workout plan, right? So a lot harder, but like we
did a
stuck
lot
to
of
it.
research.
Yeah, so a lot more research, right? And like
Read the instructions.
read the instructions. I bought like a lot more shoes.
it.
Like I'm talking about like compression sleeves. Didn't get me a personal trainer. Hashtag should have shouted out Tommy, but I can't because I didn't hit him up. Anyway,
How many pairs of running shoes you go through for this training? Do you guys go through a lot?
I got my Brooks, the Ghost 14s, the Mach 5 Hokas, the Hoka Rincon 3s, and my trail shoes, my Salomon Ride.
Solomon? The Solomon? Oh, yeah, those are nice.
So I
too.
wore those a lot, like when it was like heavy snowing outside, because like they were trail shoes, but they were like a hybrid.
Yeah.
and it was just like they had the grip, and like so I'm not trying to meet Jesus on a run, So. So between those four, I split out the miles, and then I wore my Nikes for 2 runs because they're the they got like the carbon plate, like they're not made for like to daily trainer type stuff, but they're just made for like race day. So I have those as well. So I have 5 total pairs, and then
And you rotated them out.
yeah, I rotate them out like because my Hokas, the Hoka Mach 5 is like by far my favorite running shoe so far.
Did you realize how important socks are?
Yeah, so actually Jill bought me like some actual like running socks, and I fell in love with those. Like they don't like they got like the little heel part, so like they never slide down, and like
Is that the one that you got me?
They make running socks?
Yeah.
I got an extra pair for you, man.
Well,
You didn't tell him?
no, well, for me,
The way he run, I thought he knew everything.
well, all I have, so I have my trail running shoes and then my running shoes, and I had those 2 pairs since we started, and then because of the run, I bought a new pair. Then everything else, I don't really have
I didn't
anything
realize
else.
how important socks were until they got into sports, and then I think towards when we start changing your socks. This is just for basketball, football, and stuff like that.
They got basketball
Thicker
socks too?
Yeah, the Elite
Yeah.
socks went crazy back in the day.
that was a thing
It's
to
just
wear,
thicker
man.
socks, thicker socks so they don't slip,
Okay.
slide, and stuff like that. You don't get the burns on your feet. So I know runners because I like running, but I stop at a mile. But and I like walking a lot. So I know how important socks are just for that, for my little stuff that I
Okay.
do.
Yeah, man, I've gone through 3 different from like knee braces to like I have 2 pair of running socks, like 2 different brand types. The amount of like blister bandages I've like had to like change out and like learn which ones I like best. Foot powders like Tiger Balm.
Not this guy.
No.
No, I don't. I just kind of run, and then
Yeah, I'm telling you,
so
he's
like,
different.
So like once I started feeling pain in my feet, I was like, I guess it's time to get a new pair of shoes. And that's it. And then I wear my regular socks. Like sometimes I put.
Different. He's
I don't really like my first run in Alaska was it was like -30.
Yo, he went out no.
I had my shorts, my feet, my shoes, and then like a jacket that I bought, Frosty Feet in Alaska.
Frosty Feet is a
Frosty
running
Feet.
company, like,
Frosty Feet. She
And
recommended
John.
a jacket that was rated for -10, and I put that on, and I just left. Like no gloves, no pants.
You ended up
And-
getting a.
I lost feeling in my finger for like 3 days, but then it came back, and then like my whole face was like red.
You guys
It was,
wear gloves, right?
we do now.
Yeah, I wear gloves, I wear a beanie. I
It's like the must-have, honestly.
Yeah,
So,
like my first
Yeah.
run, I was just like, well, we'll see what happens. And then I regretted it the whole run because I really thought I was going to
I
die.
had to finish.
Well, yeah. Well, it was also like a 4-miler that day for me. So I was like, it's easy.
Y'all do the latex hack where you put the latex glove under and then put the glove
Oh,
on
no, I
top?
remember you telling me about that, but like no, like the gloves. Like my mom bought me like actual like running gloves, like but by the time like you like run around, like you warm up. So like I never actually needed to do that.
Okay.
The only time I would have was like on that day we ran like -30. That was when I was like wearing 3 layers, and like it sucked like running with that much clothes on. But like, that was a terrible run.
If I lose feeling in my fingers, I just put them in my armpits. And then it comes back, and then I'll go back to it.
Wow. So you're running the second one.
Yeah.
All right, give us that. Like, why? Like, what? Well, you said your cousin.
Yeah, Sabrina. So we wanted to run this one together, and then so I was like, all right, so I'm gonna be like home because obviously my first marathon, it was just my wife, my roommate John, and then him like out there supporting me. So I was like, all right, so my whole family's gonna be there. And then I was like, oh, well, you know what we could do? Like, you know, I don't really care what shirt I'm gonna wear. So I was like, how about I just get a shirt and like I asked Khalil, I was like, what if I just put like Through the Pain on it? You know, just like support you. And then so I started doing that. And then I talked to you about it. And you said, no. How about? He said, let me change that up for you. He said, how about you do it like you like legit like raise money for it? And so that's what we did. And you know, it actually ended up being like pretty amazing. We got a lot of sponsors to sponsor us. We raised over $3,000 for TAPS, and it's been.
So explain to us what TAPS is.
So TAPS is a.
He's going to show us the shirt.
Yeah. So this is a shirt.
No, that's.
Yeah,
You hold.
And you explain.
You see that?
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
Right in the shot.
Pretty good, man.
So
do you want to like pull it up?
No, just like explain the shirt.
Explain the shirt. The shirt's right there. You gonna pull up the shirt?
I was gonna pull up like TAPS. I was gonna pull up TAPS.
We'll do TAPS after the shirt.
Yeah, okay. So, back in 2020, you know, as everyone knows, I closed my best friend, but you know, I also had another best friend up the hill. His name was Tyler Shelton. He was in the Army, and unfortunately, he lost his life in a training accident down in San Diego. And I remember that just being like the first like death I've ever experienced like in my life that truly just like hit me on an extremely unreal level. I remember when my mom first called me, it was like the worst news I've ever received in my life, and my whole life changed from like that point on. And I remember how that made me feel, and I remember how it made because I was really close with Tyler's family, and how it made his mom feel, his wife, and everything. And so I wanted to run this race because I remember you talked to me. You were like, find like a charity, like you're like that means something to you. And so I chose TAPS. They really focus in on helping surviving family members that have lost somebody in active duty or like just military service. And so we're donating all the money to them. And so on the top right here, we have in loving memory of Sergeant Tyler Shelton. And I have like almost a replica of like the tattoo like on me. And then these are all the people that have donated for us, and the amount of like people that like reached out, like obviously like Through the Pain, like I know you guys, but like I even had like just like people like that I wasn't even like super close with, or just people that like it just meant something to them. And literally everyone up, so like right here we have like people that had like actual companies like Through the Pain, Friends Giving Back. This is a shout out to Snow Level Up Barbershop right here.
Up.
That's them right there, man. Best barbershop in Alaska. We have.
You're good, man. If you're
Yeah. But yeah, and then we have like my mom's company, my grandpa's music company, my sister's fiance's church, and then we have, you know, his mom's message on here, his wife's message on here, and everyone that donated. And I really am extremely grateful for everyone that donated. It really means a lot, because our original goal was $2,000, you know, because I've never raised money. And like, you know, you told me just set a goal, like, you know, whether you hit it or not, you're donating everything. So just set a goal. And I remember setting $2,000, and I was like, I don't think we're gonna get that. Yeah. But you know, like I had some really like people really like supported this cause, and it meant a lot to them, and it meant a lot to me. A lot of Tyler's family donated a lot, and I love them all to death. And this really means the world to me. I'm really excited. You know, we're gonna be wearing these shirts on our race. Not this material exactly. We bought some moisture wicking ones, you know. Nice. But we're gonna wear them, and I'm super excited to like wear them. You know, you guys also got some shirts, so it really means the world to me. I'm really like excited that we got to do this.
Great that you're doing that. What is can you explain TAPS again?
Yeah.
When you're done, you're gonna go to National Guard. But what job are you gonna do outside of the military?
So
You're gonna go back to the same company,
right? Well, not the same, but the same field. Yeah, so it's
engineering?
No, so it's more like mapping and like computers. So it's GIS, Geographic Informational Systems, and it's more of like you work for a company, if they want a certain, like for example, I worked for an agricultural company and they were having problems with their crops. So they hired us on to see if we could find any information for them. So we use like satellite data, aerial imagery, and like GPSs. And we didn't do any of the collecting, but all the data collected, we compiled and we like sift through it and we presented them just what they were asking for. That's pretty much all GIS is. And then once you get deeper into it, you can work for the government or like Apple or like any company that uses maps, or even engineers also require GIS. Just pretty much anything will require it. And whatever they want, we kind of just give them, and we kind of develop the plan like to get that information.
Interesting.
But back to
the news. Yeah, so TAPS, Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. I remember like when you Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. So like, you know, just any family that's, you know, sadly had to go through like losing a family member in active duty or just any military service. They're really keen on just, you know, they set up camps and grief camps for like people to like talk about, you know, whatever they need.
They have a 24/7 service.
Yeah, they have a 24/7 service, and I've also like I follow them on Instagram. Like I see, do I need to stop?
No, keep going.
I see like some of the events that they host, and like, you know, like I've seen them do like some racing events, like 5Ks, and like they just raise money for that, and like they're just active. Like they have like their stats on here and everything, like just about like how many family members they actually like reach out to. And I remember just like looking at the list, and you know, like this one like stuck out to me just because like losing Tyler, definitely. You know, because like, you know, I think all charities are great, but like this one just like stuck to my heart, and this one I felt was the most one I could relate to. And so we chose this one, and we're actually going to make the donation tonight, all the money. And, you know.
And congratulations on that, man. Congratulations on all that you're doing. Once again, I'm proud of you. You know, thank you guys for your service, for all that you guys do. What is one thing you might want to leave somebody that's want to go in the military, that's thinking about going to the military if they're young, and somebody that's want to maybe run a marathon? What would you like to leave people with? Advice.
Sometimes you just gotta send it.
I like that.
For the military service, I would definitely just say like wasn't the most knowledgeable going in. However, it kind of worked out for me. However, I know people that like went in the same way as me, but it did not work out for them. So I would just say like with the military service, you know, like you're signing your life away. Like, you know, you are government property, you know. So with that, make sure like you're knowledgeable. Make sure like you're going down the right path. Don't let your recruiter, because the recruiter will say anything to get you in the end, man. And once you're in, you know, you're sold at that point. So know what you like. Have a game plan going in. Don't figure out your game plan. Like I said, I figured out mine a little later, but it worked out for me. So I would just say like go in with a good head on your shoulders and like with a solid plan. As far as the marathon goes, I don't think, you know, I've heard it 1,000 times, and I fully stand by the statement of like, you know, there's no correct formula for a runner. We're all built different. There's all like, you know, Khalil could tell me like, oh man, like this shoe brand, this is the way to go. And they could hurt my feet incredibly, you know? Yeah. So find what works for you. I found what works for me, you know, like audiobooks is definitely like where I sit when I listen to. I found the brand of shoes that I like.
So when you go running?
Yeah.
You listen to audiobooks?
Yeah. I knocked out like 8 books in this 16 weeks.
That's pretty cool.
Finished both of David Goggins' books. And then I read 4 Dean Karnazes' books. Really like that guy. Shout out to him. You know, he's really famous. He's not going to see this, but, you know, shout out to him.
He might.
You never know.
Never know.
He's like that. And then, you know, Snow recommends books to me. So, like, I just, you know, I like bought like the little subscription on Audible, you know, just like a few dollars, and then just knock out a book. And like most of the books are like, you know, 8 to 10 hours. And, you know, we're doing like, you know, 4-hour runs, you know, like.
It's like 2 runs right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm just knocking out books like that, you know. And like a lot of people always tell me too, like, are you actually like listening to it? And I'm like, man, I tell you, as soon as I hit that runner's high, like all I'm listening to is that. I'm just like my pace is good. My
breathing. Runner's high.
Yeah, like that runner's high. Yeah, like I'm just chilling. Like, you know, all I'm doing is listening to that book.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so, like for anybody that's thinking about running a marathon, it's just you got to take it just 1 mile at a time. you have to just like that first day for me. Like I'm not a great runner. I'm still not a great runner. Like he's a much better runner.
Nah.
But like even with that though, like I found what works for me. I found the pace that works for me. And like obviously I'm still trying to get better, but just find what works for you. And that first run, it's gonna suck. But you just gotta like you gotta take the first step and just knock out that first mile.
You just gotta send it.
You just gotta
send it.
Well, everything I just said, he accumulated right there.
I mean, sure you gotta plan and prepare, but like, how are you gonna find out if you can do it if you don't do it? You just gotta do it. Gotcha. Right?
You're gonna have good runs. You're gonna have bad runs, but like, you just gotta stay with them.
Gotcha. Well, that's the end of Drinking Water Podcast. Thank you guys for sharing and inspiring others. God bless you. I know He blessed you with a lot, and continue to keep moving forward. That's it. And that's what your story's been. If you guys look at it, you guys kept moving forward. You sent it every time you went through it. You guys drank water and listened to what is ahead of you and kept going. So God bless you and thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.